Hey, welcome back to Chicago Reacts. My name is Michael. I'm an actor here in Chicago, and I'm joined by my good friend
Zach, also an actor here in Chicago. We've worked together, so we got some chemistry. We're having a good time up here for you guys. We've been on a trend lately of watching Warhammer videos, and have just been thoroughly loving it. And today we're actually going to be reacting to Heavy Flamer Heresy by Space Hulk.
by Russian Badger.
By Russian Badger, our good friend, the Russian Badger. We also reacted to For the Emperor by Russian Badger, which was a real treat. So if you like what you see here, check out that video as well. But excited to join forces with our old friend again.
Let's jump back in.
Brother, get the flamer. The heavy flamer. I would like to file a complaint.
I love how indiscriminate you are with your flame. You don't need to whip it like a noodle in a swimming pool. Like, what the fuck?
Purge it in flame. Burn in holy fire.
So it's co-op. Lovely.
Shitpost/heresy alert. If you're offended when someone goofs up the lore or talks shit about your favorite chapter of Space Marines, please. Welcome to the grim darkness of the future, where peace, happiness, and prosperity have been replaced by war, death, and destruction. Not necessarily in that order, but necessarily in mass quantities.
I will endure 1,000 deaths before I yield.
In the last episode, 9 months ago, we were introduced to the sentient fungi known as the orcs. The corn-worshipping heretics known as the forces of chaos that make the civilian casualties of World War II look like a picnic.
Skulls for the skull throne! Blood for the blood god!
List of cornate massacres. This list is incomplete. You can help by expanding it. And most importantly, the Space Marines of the Imperium of Man, led by the veteran Emperor himself.
We are one in the Emperor and the will of man.
And as much as I'd love to hear about your hyper-intelligent Dark Elder waifu, the dumbass weeaboo space communists, and the rattle me bones robots, the Xenos stealing your shit this time around are the Gene Stealer Tyranids.
Your infestation spreads no further, alien.
It may sound like despotic deja vu for someone to be stealing your shit again, but that's usually the way these 40k games go. Xenos are either killing something, breaking something, or stealing something. You're deployed to intervene, you realize the shit is fucked, and you may as well blow it all up anyways, and then you blow it all up.
It's a simple system.
Which may beg the question from your perspective, why not just blow it all up in the first place? Like Exterminatus nuke from orbit. And to that I retort,
Because it is the Emperor's will, and also purging is really, really fun, brother.
the Gene Stealers are doing just that on one of your space hulks called the Elethros, and you're the librarian in charge of salvaging anything of value and purging the Xeno filth.
Your heresy starts here!
Alongside Devastator Barakeel, Apothecary Nahum, and Shotcaller Belial, you make up Deathwing, the first company of the Dark Angels chapter.
We are the angels of death!
The whole Dark Angels in bone white armor may be a little confusing, but it's only Deathwing. The rest of the Dark Angels are actually green, even though the Salamanders are already green. But the Salamanders are almost always on fire, so it's not that hard to—
Brother, enough with the lore!
Brothers, retribution is at hand.
Oh,
it is
yeah.
our strength. We are the sons of Caliban. Let fury guide your weapons. Let vengeance be your song. We are the angels of death, and our enemies shall fall.
Decked out in Terminator armor, you're larger and more formidable than your ordinary Space Marine, but not so huge that you can't fit through doorways like a menacing full-size dreadnought.
None may block our path.
And you better believe you're gonna need this intimidating armor, because the Gene Stealers you're up against, well, they're not exactly small.
Oh, it's a big boy.
And you may be thinking, at least I have 2 Dark Angel Terminators to help me.
Wrong.
I know it may be heresy to shit-talk fellow Terminators.
Bold words for someone in assault cannon range.
Delete this heresy.
Heresy, it burns. We heard you were talking shit, brother.
But short of dispensing a few cookie-cutter voice lines and soaking up damage, they are useless.
We are the angels of death. That is like one single team.
Oh, this
Steady
game
yourself,
looks like
brother.
chaos.
Discipline is
Fun.
their sole strength, as in even if they are on the brink of death, they will not heal themselves unless you instruct them to. So if you really want to get heretical, you can instruct Apothecary Nahum to constantly juice himself up with self-heals like a fiending junkie, and he becomes a Tyrannid Broodlord punching bag while you inflict heavy damage on whatever's attempting to eat you.
Tyrannid bait is not the right word, brother. I prefer expeditionary Tyrannid punching bag.
Your skill tree allows you to make these fellow brothers of yours more powerful, yourself more powerful, or grant additional purging abilities, and I sure as shit didn't blow any of it on them.
Yes, brother Barricade, I realize you want better armor, but I can now purge heretics in 3 different kinds of fire.
Because you usually see a one-word description like
Yes.
fight or destroy off in the distance, and I think you already know what the hell
Oh, I
you're
love
doing
it when
here.
games are
So
like,
let me
here's
save
how you
my
can
breath.
do
The
like the
Zealots are
logical
coming. We have to exterminate them at
skill
all
tree
costs.
thing, or here's how you can do big fire.
I'm confused by this heresy, brother. Are the foul
Yeah, it's like here,
Xenos
have 10 more hit
purging
points of health.
Predictably,
or,
once the string of
shoot
objectives
fire
is
cannons
complete,
on
you
them.
realize the
Like-
gene stealers lived up to
It's
their
like,
names
where's my
by
scope point going?
stealing
Yeah.
your genes and decide to incinerate the place exterminatus style.
It was impossible to remove the traces of our gene seed from the bodies of the aliens. So Grandmaster Belial vowed to destroy everything instead.
Consider this a clear division in the video.
Our guns have fallen silent, brother.
Because the single player, especially on the No Mercy difficulty, can be a frustrating, overwhelming with annoyance, and underwhelming with content experience where you feel like a lone guardsman against a legion of Xenos. Let me tell you about the Tyrannids. But the multiplayer is 5 times better, a totally different animal, and it feels heretical even looping it in with a single player because it's a completely distinct experience.
Xenophobia increases.
You know you're in a 40K game when instead of saying waiting for players, it's waiting for brothers. I'm getting too loyal for this shit. Brother. Look at Psycho. He's ready to smack a heretic. First of all, multiplayer allows you to play 6 classes instead of just 1. Not that I hated playing a
My
librarian,
face, but I don't know what a librarian looks like because I can't fucking read.
but heavy weapon specialty granted me an assault cannon and abilities like zero spread, a devastating mine, and a virtual A10 warthog for an arm.
Assault cannon deployed.
Blood Ravens be like, me, an intellectual. Oh, the sights range.
Nah, dude, you got
I think
this.
I'm
Nah,
gonna
you
pop
bitch.
both my alts.
Look
Watch.
at him. Look at him.
That's zero accuracy on that rate of fire.
Easy for somebody with an A10 warthog strapped to their arm to say.
Run to me, brother. They'll all get fucked if they run into it. Just watch. Done. Apothecaries are
Oh,
important
man.
because with half the Tyranids being able to tear through your armor like a Cheetos bag, you're gonna need an answer to your H key, which happens to be a needle drill the size of a baseball bat.
Stimulants deployed.
Apothecary require major
Brother, I need an apothecary. This Tyranid whispered in my ear he needed one too.
You would do that. You would do that. The apothecary walks up to you. You think he's gonna heal you. You think he's gonna heal you by stabbing you with his needle. He just punches you in the face.
Whatever, I'm going in.
Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. The cooldown. Here, I'm gonna drill your ass.
by the way,
there you go. Hey, man, how many fingers am I holding up? Turn off your heavy flamer so I can tell you. Hold on, I'll get you. There you go.
Thank you, brother.
Tactical specialty was a must-have because he can revive a fallen
I'm gonna
brother.
drill you to heal you.
And Interrogator
Hey,
Shadow
alright.
is a no-brainer because he can revive 3 fallen brothers, temporarily reflect all incoming damage, and temporarily become invincible, which makes him broken as shit, the best looking, and overall a force to be reckoned with.
Wow.
meaningless to me.
The point I'm making with all of this fuss about classes is that multiplayer offers both variety and specialization, whether you're looking for something different or you just want to play someone that suits your style. You can move far beyond the librarian of the single player, and Retribution just isn't the same without your brothers.
Brothers, to partake in our crusade,
is to be immortal.
It's worth mentioning at this point to turn Codex rules on because it is a far less grindy experience, and more importantly, friendly fire is off. With the amount of heavy flamers we run, I'd say the Codex Astartes does support this action.
We may get burnt, brothers.
Yeah, the first thing that you do, of course. Yeah.
The Spacebook says this is bad.
Don't upgrade DPI. There's no need to do that.
It says we can't do that in the Codex. Well, I can't read. Just post my flames.
Oh man, what chaos.
Rick pull out the heavy flamer. Which conveniently leads me to my next point. Weapons.
I'm gonna need a heavy flamer for this heresy.
In the single player, you've got to use a versatile weapon. You've got big targets, small targets, close targets, distant targets, so much of the arsenal you can't use because it doesn't meet all those requirements. Take the Redemption, for example, the badass scatterbolter that blasts Xenos away in a ricochet of righteous steel.
Death to the enemy!
God, the ragdoll with that is so good, Heavenly.
Yeah, it just
You
flew
shoot them
across the
so far.
Stormbolter and Stormbolter.
Yo, this shit ricochets.
In the single player, you won't have the range that dudes with Grimdark
That was just like
That's
genuine
what?
surprise in the
That
most
matter, and your
beautiful
brain-dead
way.
Brethren sure as shit
So
won't
cool.
notice them, so you're boned due to lack of range. But in multiplayer, you can combine your Redemption with a Heavy Flamer, Spear of Caliban, and Stormbolter for coverage at all ranges. You cover your brother up close while they cover anything at a distance.
For the Emperor!
That's also the reason why Melee is a bit of a joke, because on normal difficulty, I love crushing heretics and merciless retribution.
My faith is my shield. By all accounts, it was no more than a hulking mass of steel.
Oh, that's it just doesn't work. Not only because Tyranids specialize in melee combat as apex predators, but so many Gene Stealers can one-shot you, it's paramount to purge them before they get close. Furthermore, damage is localized, as in if a Gene Stealer chomps your right arm, you can't shoot, and slashes your legs, you can't run away. So again, melee is a tough sell.
I cannot move.
Hey, at least you can use a power fist with every
Man,
heavy
that is
weapon, so it may not be a
interesting they do
sword or
damage
an
that
axe,
way.
but you
Yeah.
can still
Live.
smack a heretic.
Feel the weight of the chapter's finest. Die!
You get the point I'm hammering at. Every weapon in the arsenal is at your disposal with brothers by your side in multiplayer, instead of a handful of versatile ones in the single player, which means more fun, more purging, and of course, indiscriminate use of the heavy flamer.
Burn in holy fire!
I tell you to stop using your flamer so that I can see.
This is a heavy flamer.
Why are you flaming me? I'm right.
Classic.
My flame does not discriminate.
Full opportunity flame.
Equal opportunity purging. Hey! No.
You're like a disciplining mother with like a spray bottle, but instead it's a heavy flamer.
No!
It's heavy for a reason, because the Xenos you're up against I like to categorize as Apex Predators, Suicidal Apex Predators, and Apex Predators so large that they can only be described as virtually immortal. It's a big boy. It's a big boy. Get out of my way, Clue. Get out of my way.
I'm too chunky.
Yeah. Oh, get behind the man with the assault cannon.
Gotcha. You'll come up in a second.
No, we'll be fine, Clue. You got an assault cannon and a heavy flamer, he'll go down. There you go. Technically, the Sight Strain is virtually immortal, and the Brood Lord is virtually immortal and psychic. So, rule of thumb,
fun.
Cthulhu-looking Xenos are superior to non-Cthulhu-looking Xenos.
What is this?
Get behind me, brother.
Oh,
And if
what
it's
a
a
weird
20-foot
little
tall
tentacle
praying mantis
creature right
bug-looking
here.
thing that just cuts your buddy in half and doesn't go down with an initial burst, it's either a Sight Strain or a Brood Lord, and you may want to start a tactical withdrawal, because two more are on their way.
Retreat now for victory later.
All right, everything you got.
Wide on
Everything you
ice,
got
boys.
to the Brood Lord on the right. Just do the one close to the objective. As soon as he gets
It's
here,
so-
Goose, hit your reflect, and after it's done, hit your invincible.
I have to bounce back. I got the reflect damage.
You're honestly not going to be able to see anything. Just keep tanking him.
yeah.
We got a heavy flamer and a soul
Oh
cannon
my-
just laying
Could
in
you
there.
imagine this with
Yeah.
friendly fire?
Yeah. No
Could you-
way.
oh my god.
No way, everyone would die.
That's one down, one down.
I don't know how you play this game.
I know.
I can't see a fucking thing.
When the 20-foot tall, genetically perfect apex predator gets mowed down by a bunch of dipshit farmers with flashlights. I could rant about the bullshit psychers that can one-shot you with heresy, but I don't want this video to quadruple in length for the sake of Xeno sorcery space magic.
I am calm. What sorcery is this?
Yet no matter how terrifying the Xenos you're faced with, they all have a glaring weakness with no known counter. Doors.
This is a point of strategic import.
It may sound weird that doors are the pinnacle of strategy in Deathwing, but deciding whether to lock them, unlock them, or simply power fist them open for a rapid escape is the closest it comes to chess.
I leave only rubble.
You're insisting on a fist.
A quick tutorial on doors. These are the most important things.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Oh, let's close this door behind
That's
us.
how you get through doors. You just gotta punch him
There
off.
was one.
Don't wait for them to
This
be
is what
opened
we're
or
actually
unlocked.
supposed to do. Now come. No, come through. Why do you like this?
Get in here, brother. I'll block it. I'll block it. I'll block it. I can
Block
shut
that
it.
shit,
No, I'll get it. Oh, I can hear him right there.
Pretty sure that was the Hive Tyrant from last mission.
He is right there. He is so mad.
An intermission Hive Tyrant.
Girl
Ooh.
Scout cookies, brother.
It should also be mentioned that doors and entryways are the most dangerous adversary in all of the Elethros because they can swallow you without mercy or meaning.
There's a lot of yeah, he's
Hit him.
probably
I'll
in
just
this
hit him.
thing
Oh, that
that
seems
hasn't opened
fair.
up.
That seems fair. I gotta purge this heresy right.
Heresy to me, brother.
I don't see anybody.
Heresy is now airborne. Get this off my screen.
I'll fucking light him on fire though. I don't give a shit.
Open the door. Open the door.
I'm trying.
Brother.
It's blocked.
So it's just stuck there like a big piece of shit. The Codex Astartes does not support this action.
Brother, I am pinned here.
If you don't get stuck, you'll experience the best the
Oh,
game
good.
has to offer outside of the heavy flamer, which
That
is
does
the
look
environment.
really good,
From
actually.
the
Yeah.
biggest freezer in the universe to the massive cathedrals, holy shit is it ever well done.
Does the architecture bring honor to the Emperor? Yes. Are we overloading the reactor to purge it all in flame in 20 minutes? Also yes.
My screen, I'm freezing my ass off in here.
Everything's gotta be
Such a good
purged.
solution. Brother.
Brother, are you cold?
And the better decisions you make, the longer you'll stay alive, the more purging you'll do, and the more renown you'll earn to spend on upgrades like faster reloads, beefier health, and weapons that never jam.
I don't always jam my Spirit Caliban, but when I do, it's because the sight strain is breathing on my face.
My face when I see a Hive Tyrant and I'm reloading.
Resilient increases HP by 30% for each body part. A fellow space marine just walks up and jabs your arm. You're still at 100%. Cosmetics are available too, which you can frown upon all you want, but you've really got to grind for them, and at least they
Oh,
aren't
man.
One
microtransactions.
of the skins is the indomitable assault cannon of wrath.
Holy shit,
Yes.
Psycho, that's such a neat skin. Fuck.
Oh, well, thank you.
Traitor's Doom, Destruction's Glory, the voice of devastation, torment of defiance, and
Yes,
pain of the
what
are pretty
great
sick
names.
names,
Oh,
dude.
that's so
Jesus.
cool.
Yeah.
Wait, is
They
that
fit so well with
Wait,
the
wait,
world.
wait.
It's
I can
brilliant.
really ham that up. Just
Bane of the heretic, torment of defiance, traitor's doom, destruction's glory, voice of devastation.
God?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
I'm glad that
That is what all
you
weapons
until
should
the
be
end of the
named.
video
The-
because
the
the
voice
greatest enemy in the
modification
entire
gets
game
me
is
every
frame
time.
rates. Even with a monster rig of an i9 7980XE and a 2080 Ti, I consistently crater to sub 40 FPS with sheer
Yo.
amount of Xeno filth and heavy flamer
Leave
on
your
my
ass
screen.
The Emperor's finest.
My graphics card is gonna break.
God, are these flames ray tracing enabled?
Oh,
Still
God.
about 40.
But I'm also glad and most thankful that I had my brothers beside me because we had Jackal, who knows everything about 40K.
Lionel Johnson is the Primarch of the Dark Angels. The only reason he hasn't returned is because he's literally just asleep.
Jello, who knows next to nothing about 40K.
What is that? It's my ex-wife, Karen.
Garrett!
I'm gonna
I already gave you the alimony!
burn the custody.
And Heavenly, who fits somewhere in between.
Sound like a bunch of nerds. Blood for the blood god.
Let's go to some heresy.
I hope you had fun breaking heretics in half with me.
Yes.
Save you, Valvino.
And even if you didn't, we purged them all in flame and bounced on out of there anyways.
Their shelter has become their tomb.
Man, I'd like to extend a solemn RIP to all of the shitters in my Discord that I banned for saying the Deathwing is trash.
I don't know. Anybody I ban is the same pile of filth in my book.
Damn.
This is how I look when I ban people.
I don't remember.
Oh,
my god, what is right?
I kind of miss having a boss fight. Not that I miss Xeno scum in any way, shape, or form, but maybe if there was a bigger Xeno that I got to fight that said some shit like instead of just seeing a bigger and bigger Tyranid each time that didn't have a name. And thirdly, holy shit, do I ever miss unlimited sprint. I know it's not something that always goes through your mind, but when you've run like 20 feet and you are just sucking wind, damn, do I ever miss unlimited sprint. Holy God. With all that being said, I had a ton of fun playing this game. I had a ton of fun making this video. Anytime I just get to play in your sandbox, those of you that are really, really hardcore 40K dudes, I have a blast. In closing, I'd like to thank you guys so very much for watching. It means the world to me that you watched to the end of the video, and I had so much fun creating content at a Warhammer 40K. It is so over the top. It is so nuts. I love every second.
Yeah, it's been fun to dip our toes
Next
into this
year
world
when we go to a
and
Salamander's barbecue.
see this crazy content,
Yeah.
and it's such a fun like world to play around in, and yeah, the game, it just looks like chaos and bloodshed, and I don't know. I love how like even the names of the weapons, Bane of the Destroyer, I don't even know what they were, but they just fit with the lore of like this dark, twisted world of endless war and death and pain, and it's just fun.
I mean, I enjoyed that so much. Again, Russian Badger, hilarious. The voice modification was just brilliant. And I think my favorite part of seeing that was at the end. Like, here are these 4 people playing a Warcraft game, and one of them knows the lore. There's another friend that's completely blind to it, and yet it's still like so fun and engaging, but it's more about the community too, and like you know, I mean, like imagine if we were reacting to this stuff and I was a Warhammer fanatic. Like, I'm sure we'd be having a very different conversation. I don't know. It's just so cool. And that was just hysterical. I had so much fun watching that. And it made me want to play multiplayer.
Yeah, it's a fun introduction
game.
to the lore when you don't know a lot about it.
Yeah.
To get introduced to it in this fun way.
Yeah, that's a brilliant point, because this was very much like a modern game as well. Like, even if you knew nothing about Warhammer, you could still look at that, play multiplayer with your friends, and have a good time playing through the campaign or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. I mean, based off of everything that we've seen so far, I would say that something like this would be the easiest means of entry for most people.
Yeah, it would be definitely fun to check this out and see,
you
know, if this is something that you're interested in. But, you know, I'd love to hear from you in the comments, like, what shenanigans did you and your friends get into while playing this game? Because it looks like there's plenty of shenanigans to get up to. So I'd love to hear about that in the comments section below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you can check out other videos we'll be posting. And hey, if you want to go, we've been going through a bunch of Warhammer content, so make sure to check some of that stuff out. We've also have a bunch of World of Warcraft and StarCraft videos, so go check those out as well.
Yeah, and I'm also going to go check out more of Russian Badger's content.
Yeah.
Great job, buddy. Just like Brinky, more than happy to suggest your channel to viewers too that may not know about him. So we'll see you next time on Chicago Reacts.